we are seeing a lot of changes in the marketplace. In 2023, the spring is completely different than the last couple of years. It's like we're on that roller coaster where you chick, 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 chick all the way to the top and you crest and then you start coming down. It's like we're obviously coming down. What we don't know is how big that first fall is, and we've just got to pay attention to the stats. So you said you ran some numbers for Cape Coral. What did you find?
Yeah, so I compared May of last year to May of this year, and you're definitely right. The numbers don't lie. We have hit that crest. We are coming down. The question is, we don't know if we're going to bounce right back up, or we're going to stay consistent, or if we're going to see a decline. So what I found was that last year in May, we were just over 500,000 at 530,000. And this year in May, we're just under at 480,000. That's about a $50,000 decrease in our average sale prices here in Cape Coral. What I also found was interesting was that the amount of homes that sold last year was 715 compared to this year, where it's 584. So we're also seeing a decrease in our inventory. You know, supply and demand, one is going to go up, the other is going to go down. Right now, both are down. So there's going to be some equalizing, some stabilization in the marketplace. It's just going to be interesting to see which statistic kind of gives way.
So I saw something very similar with the canal homes, because that's where a lot of our viewers are coming from, interested in like canal home pricing and that niche marketplace. There's 411 canal homes for sale right now in the Cape Coral area. That's homes with canals that are 80 feet or wider. And so what we saw is that there was 136 sales in May of last year compared to 89 in May of this year. So the volume that you were talking about is down amongst the canal homes as well. And the list prices are down significantly from 964,000 down to 917,000. So a similar $50,000 price decrease. However, when we look at the sold prices on those canal homes, we see a much different story. We went from $940,000 last year to $868,000 this year. So we're talking numbers that are closer to $75,000 price drop. So it could be the premiums that people were paying for the canal homes are just not premiums that they're willing to pay right now. Some of that could be the equalization. The people that we're going to sell for top dollar already have, and the people that we're going to buy for top dollar already have, and that people aren't willing to pay that, at this time. And that could be, market uncertainty. It could be the interest rates. There's some various factors there. And it's interesting because when we look at the days on market, we went from 29 days for May of last year to 51 days for sales that occurred in May of this year. When we look at continuous days on market, we're talking about, multiple listing contracts, whether it's with the same realtor or different realtors, but we went from 80 total days on market last year to get that canal home sold to 113 days this year. So that's nearly 4 months on market. That's a lot of time for your property to be exposed. What are we seeing as some goals and objectives for the spring market of 2023, Ethan?
So I kind of hear what you're saying is gone are the days that realtors can just stick a sign in the yard and it's gone in 24 hours. The realtors are going to kind of have to do some work, maybe do some marketing, some good pricing. And those are actually the two things that we like to focus on here at canalhomes.com. Is pricing is a huge thing. The goal is to go right out the gate with accurate pricing, because we don't want to be the statistic that we're on the market for 100+ days because we're priced incorrectly, because then you get some of that market fatigue where the first question buyers have is, why is this property still on the market? Because if a property is priced accurately, marketed well, it's still going to sell in a very reasonable amount of time. We have so many outsiders coming to Florida, so many people that are making sight unseen offers that it's incredible. The amount of marketing needs to be on point. Like professional photos, I don't know why there's still realtors that take cell phone photos. The standard is now professional photography. That is the baseline minimum. If a photo, what's the saying? If the photo's worth 1,000 words, what does that mean for a video, right? A good priced property, also marketed well, should have no problem selling in this market. Chris, if somebody's interested in kind of learning more about how to market their property well, how to kind of get in that right price range to sell in a reasonable amount of time, how can they get into contact with us?
Well, obviously, we connect with folks through canalhomes.com. We just started a little bit of a Facebook exposure, but direct email, direct cell phone. We love to text. We love to talk on the phone and meet folks in their home, because our goal has always been to help sellers get the most amount of money for their home in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of headaches. And so every case is unique. And so beyond some of these generalized stats for Cape Coral or the Canal homes, it is going to be an individual conversation to be able to help folks take that next step.